What is up, everybody? Welcome to my first video ever. My name is Sean, and I'm here to help you take back your power so you can live the life that you want to live today. I'm super happy to be launching this YouTube channel. It's been a long time coming, and I have so many topics that I am so excited to share with you all. Unfortunately, I had to pick just one for today, but I do think it's a good one. I think it's a great one to start off on. And I hope it brings you a lot of value. So the topic for today's video, the first video, is this. I'm going to be sharing with you the number one way and the secret I have found, the secret to sustainable happiness. So many of us go through this life feeling that happiness is a fleeting thing, that it is destined to go on as quickly as it came, and that our life is subject to a series of highs and lows, ups and downs, which we have zero control over. We are just along for the ride, right? But what if I told you that doesn't have to be the case? With this one secret, you can completely transform the way that you view happiness, how you perceive it, and how often you feel it throughout your life, right? And I will tell you the secret off the bat. I won't make you wait for it. The secret is to understand why you are unhappy to begin with. The secret is to understand why you are unhappy to begin with. The vast majority of people, and most of you watching, would respond to that question in some mannerism of, I am unhappy because my reality is not allowing me to be happy. I am unhappy because my reality and things I am perceiving in it are making me unhappy, right? That is how the vast majority of us would respond to that question. We would say that our outer reality is not bringing us happiness, right? And so in that way, you are claiming that your happiness is out here, right? And unless circumstances go a certain way out here, you are not allowed to feel happiness. Happiness cannot come to you, right? And given the world is constantly changing and your reality is constantly changing, happiness is naturally a fleeting thing, right? But let's unpack this a bit further, right? So what you are saying is that you are not allowed to feel happy until you experience something in your outer reality. This is very important to recognize. At some point throughout your life, as you have grown in the environment that you've grown in, as you've learned from those around you, from your parents, from your teachers, you have come up with a certain blueprint for happiness. You have signed a subconscious contract with yourself, which says, I am not allowed to feel happy until I experience or have X, Y, or Z in my outer reality, in my life. Right? I am not allowed to feel happiness until I have X, Y, or Z in my life. Right? This is a contract which the vast majority of us have signed with ourselves, subconsciously moving through our lives. American society in general, pushes this idea of putting your happiness in things outside of yourself, right? Of putting your happiness in a relationship, of putting your happiness in your house, of putting your happiness in your wealth, of putting your happiness in your job, of putting your happiness anywhere else other than where it actually resides, which is within you. Right? And as we're moving through life, constantly with this belief that I am not allowed to feel happiness until I experience, a relationship in my life. I'm not allowed to feel happiness until I have that dream job in my life. I'm not allowed to feel happiness until, I'm financially secure, right? As we move through life with that belief, they become very deep-seated. that becomes the blueprint to our happiness. If we want to experience happiness, we have to make this reality bend to us and give us what we need to feel happy. Because I absolutely need X, Y, or Z to feel happy. Right? But when you are going through life with that belief system, you are destined to always feel fleeting happiness. It will never last for you. Why? Because this reality is constantly changing. It is in constant fluctuation. The only constant in reality is change. So if you're placing your happiness on this outer reality, which is constantly changing, you can expect your happiness to be constantly changing and your level of happiness to be constantly changing, because it's never going to stay static. You're never going to be able to achieve static happiness if you're placing your happiness in this outer world. Right? The key is recognizing that contract which you have drawn with yourself. The key is recognizing that contract, right? And recognizing that happiness comes from within you. In each of these cases, right, the thing in your outer reality which you have decided is what brings you happiness. Say it's a relationship, right? When you say, I'm not allowed to feel happy until I have a relationship in my life. Okay? It is not the relationship that is bringing you happiness. That is indirectly bringing you happiness. But what's allowing that relationship to bring you happiness is your belief that it will bring you happiness. And nothing more. Right? So what if I told you that you don't have to believe that? What if I told you don't have to believe the story that you've told yourself? That you need things in this outer reality to be a certain way for you to be happy. That happiness is already inside of you. What if I told you that feeling happiness sustainably is as simple as dropping those beliefs around what will allow you to be happy in the first place? Right? Because what is happiness? Happiness is nothing more than a chemical signature created in the brain, sent throughout your body to every cell, which causes a feeling in your body, which might create more thoughts, which might create more feelings. We all know the feeling. We feel light. Our stomachs feel maybe a little bit twirly, but in a good way. We feel giddy. We all know what it's like to feel happy. Right? It's just a chemical signature in the brain. And instead of believing that you need your reality out here to look a certain way for you to feel happiness in here, you can drop those beliefs. Then you have so much space. You have so much freedom to create, because all of a sudden there are no stipulations to whether or not you can be happy right now. There are no rules. There are no rules. There are no rules to when you can feel happy. You can choose to feel happy now, because the reality is you are worthy of feeling happiness every day. Let me say that again. You are worthy of feeling happiness every day. Right? The ironic thing is, as you drop beliefs around when you are allowed to feel happy, right? As you drop those beliefs around what your outer reality must look like in order for you to be happy, the ironic thing is, you'll likely see your reality change drastically for the better when you drop those beliefs. Why? Because when you're happy, when you're feeling that high vibration of happiness, of love, of peace, these high vibrational emotions, and you're raising your vibration, you are naturally attractive. Think about it. You like to be around people who are happy, who are filled with love and peace. Every one of us do. When you are exhibiting those emotions, right, people are going to want to be around you. That girl or that guy at the bar that you see is going to want to be around you. They're going to feel that energy that you're putting off, right? You're going to go into that job interview, and the interviewer is going to feel that energy that you're putting off. That's going to make you more attractive and create the very circumstances which you said you needed to have to feel happy before then. The difference is you chose to feel happy beforehand because happiness is already within you now. It's just about the choice. It's just about the shift in belief. The shift in belief from I need this in my outer reality to feel happiness. I am not allowed to feel happiness within my life until I have this, to I am worthy of feeling happiness now. I am worthy of feeling happiness now. I'm worthy of feeling love for myself now. I'm worthy of feeling peace now. Shifting that belief system is the secret. And it is everything. I applied this within my own life. And I watched as my reality changed drastically for the better. All of the things that I was worried about, that I felt like I needed to be happy, were suddenly coming to me with ease because I was attracting them with my positive emotion. I was attracting that into my life. I was like a magnet, bringing people and events into my life which align with that high vibrational state. It's as simple as dropping the belief and choosing a different one, because you need to know that you are the master of your own belief system. If you're not aware of the belief system that's driving your current reality, you need to become aware of it. We all have a subconscious belief system that's driving our current reality. Become aware of that belief system. Recognize where things aren't working and make the change. That's within you. You are your only barrier. You are your only barrier. So, with that being said, I think that concludes this first video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you found it valuable. If you did, please do me a favor and share it. I'm going to start posting on a more consistent basis. I'm going to be trying to post once a week to begin with. Hopefully we'll move into multiple times a week shortly thereafter as I get attuned to this whole YouTube lifestyle and how you do this. Until then, peace and love to every single one of you. Cheers.